What's going on, guys? I want to give you guys one strategy that I teach in my Discord, and it's helped over 100 traders profit day trading stocks. Okay, predominantly we are an options group, so we're going to be trading options on a day in and day out basis. But one of those strategies that I like to use is called the 20 play SMA, right? So all we're doing is looking at the 20 SMA, which is the purple line on my screen here. And what we are looking for is change in trends and then confirmation. It's a very, very simple strategy that anyone can learn. But the key to this strategy is having discipline, right? Just like with any strategy, not every one strategy is going to work 100% of the time. Now, this strategy works for me around 60% of the time. The reason that I'm able to be a consistently profitable trader on a day in and day out basis is that I just stick to the strategy. For one, obviously, I do have an account size that's going to allow me to take multiple trades a day. So definitely, if you have a smaller account size where maybe you can only take 1 or 2 trades a day, it might be a little bit of a slower grind and a slower process. But you know, as someone who's been doing this for 7 years, one of the biggest lessons and keys that I can give you guys is just to stay patient, guys. A lot of people want to make big money real fast, and then when they lose a little bit of money, they think that, you know, they need a new strategy, or they think that, you know, it's not for them. That's not the case, guys, and that's not the way it works. But anyways, let's just get into this strategy very, very quickly. So what we're looking at here is the 20 SMA. We're looking at the stock Apple. So even though today was kind of a relatively choppy day, there was a fantastic trade that could have been taken 10 minutes after the market opened. So if we kind of just look at where we were trading at in this light gray box in the pre-market, we can kind of see our pre-market highs sitting right here at around $161.92. So just kind of keep that in mind. Always will act as a level of resistance. But if we kind of look here, what happened as soon as the bell rang, we kind of initially spiked, right? And I'm always going to recommend everyone, please do not trade the first 5 minutes of the day. Just don't trade the first 5 minutes of the day. Price action is very volatile. You're going to get big moves up. You're going to get big moves down. However, it's not just the best price action to trade. At least allow the first 5 minutes to pass. We can call this the opening range break, right? The opening range is what the first 5 minute candle's high is, the first 5 minute candle's low is. We're going to use that in correlation with our 20 SMA play. So as we had this play, or as we had this stock move up here, 161.75 was our high, and then we quickly sold off and closed below the 20 SMA, and we put in that low price of around $160.16. You can see here the change in trend because immediately this was bought up, right? So we had an initial push lower. However, it was bought up. And when it was bought up, it closed over the 20 SMA. This is how the strategy works, guys. You're looking for trend changes, and then you're looking for the confirmation. So the previous candle closed below. Now we closed over. What we're going to do is now look for our confirmation. As soon as we closed over the 20 SMA, we're going to wait for the next 5 minute candle to take out the highs. So if I put a trend line here just to give myself an exact point of entry, that next entry would have been $161.50. If we would have got in here, let's say 10 options contracts on Apple, as soon as we take out 161.50, we would have got in, and within 5 minutes, it goes from 161.50 all the way to a high price of around $162.50. Now, this could be, depending on your account size, a one and done. And a one and done trade means is that, especially on a Friday like today, it's 0 days to expiration. Contracts are a lot cheaper. They're going to move a lot more. You could get into a stock like Apple on a decent size account, 20, 30, 40 contracts, and take $1 move off the top. That's going to be at least $400, $500, $600, $700, $1,000, obviously depending on your account size. If you take something like 10 contracts and you get $1 move in your favor, always remember, when you're scalping, and especially on 0 days to expiration, you're going at the money, in the money. Okay. I know there's a lot of people out there on Twitter and stuff that, you know, they're taking contracts that are, you know, dirt cheap, and they're like 5 points out the money or 8 points out the money. And then you see them at the end of the day posting up these, you know, 600% gainers, right? But it's like, realistically, we're not looking to trade contracts that are like 10 and 20 bucks and then, you know, make $3 on them. That's not what we're looking to do. I don't care. Even if you take 100 of them and make $3, you only made $300. What we want to do is take 10 contracts, something close to at the money or in the money. We want to get that dollar move, and then we want to sell out. That dollar move is going to allow you to profit $300, $400, $500 in extremely quick manner and fashion, depending on if you take 10 contracts, 20 contracts, 30 contracts. And if you think about it, if you would have just waited one more 5 minute candle, it not only pushed higher, but pushed up to a price of 162.87. and then it pushed up to a price of 162.95 before it then started to pull back. Now, I always tell my people, when you are going to scalp, especially using a 5-minute time frame in a 20 SMA play, all we're looking is 2 to 3 pushes higher over our entry. So what that means is that if our entry is here and we're going to get in here, this first push is 1 push higher, 2 push higher, 3 push higher. I would be looking to scale on the second and third push. Now, obviously you're never going to top ticket, but as long as you can get in here over your confirmation, ride this one candlestick higher, and then if we take it out, I would be looking to scale if everything, or at least half, if not everything, on that move. And again, depending on your position sizing, one trade can make your day, especially if you're a trader with a smaller account. Let's say you got an account with, let's say, $10,000 in it. And let's say you bought, 20 contracts today on Apple that costed you, let's say, $2,500, right? If you go in $2,500 and you make a quick $300 to $400, that's a fantastic day. There's no reason to look for another trade. There's no reason to chop yourself up. You close your computer screen, you go on about your business, you made $200 or $300 in a matter of 5 minutes, guys. That's the power of the strategy, and that's the power of having discipline, and that's also the power of knowing when to trade and when not to trade, and kind of understanding your account size. When you have a $10,000 account, or even $5,000 account, or hell, even a $1,000 account, we're not looking to sit here and make $20,000 in a day. We're not looking to sit here and make $1,000 in a day. We want to make $100, $200, and we want to call it a day. We want to come back in tomorrow. We want to do the same thing. We want to make $100, $200, and call it a day. Guys, I hope this helps. If you guys want to get real serious about day trading options, definitely become a member on evolutiontraders.com. What that's going to give you access to is my day in and day out watch list. It's going to give you access to live updates when I'm looking to take these plays. It's going to give you a ton of training videos. It's going to give you 2 training strategies that's going to go into the strategy more in depth, and it's also going to give you my understanding the process course, where I kind of bring in everything and tie it all in together. I hope that makes sense, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video.